All right, welcome back to episode 7 of the Casual Crossover Podcast. Episode 7 means this is the Kevin Durant episode. This is the
The
Lamar Odom
Raptors legend.
episode.
The
And
Raptors legend.
Raptors legend who?
I was gonna say Andrea Bargnani, but no. On a
No,
serious
bro.
note, it's Kyle
No,
Lowry.
bro. Kyle Lowry, yeah.
The Raptors
And,
legend.
and we got 3 to the dome. Carmelo Anthony, number 7, bro. What's up?
The Raptors legend. The Raptors legend.
Raptors legend.
How are you doing, Alex, today?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. Didn't really get to catch any of the games today, but that doesn't really matter. We wanted to talk about.
At least we need to mention about Tatum. I mean, he did.
We will mention about Tatum later on in the pod. Yeah.
even though the series is over, but
we 2-1. Is it
the
over?
series is over.
Drop 50, bro. What if he drops another 50 points, right?
I don't know.
never say never, bro.
I don't know, but Kyrie had a bad game, but yeah, it's
never
just,
say never.
Yeah. And then Mavericks lost. I mean, they finally get Clippers got a game, so you know I'm not as disappointed at them today, but yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Trae Young said, "Hey, see you in the A."
Yeah, and he did.
They ran it back in the A, and got the dub.
Julius Randle, man, that guy is he's struggling.
Man, he's not. He is definitely not living up to it right now. And man, I'm just hoping he picks it up in Game 4, or else it'll be a tight series, bro.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'll be done. Actually, if he doesn't pick it up in Game 4, it'll be 3-1. I think that's a wrap, right? Okay, on back to our topic today. Like, I really wanted to talk about just how the fans, like these crazy fans, who's been showing up lately, like the fan that poured popcorn on Russell Westbrook, the fan that spat on Trae Young, and then the crazy Utah fans that were talking crazy stuff to John Morant's family.
Yep.
Like these are just crazy, man. Like, to think about it, man. Like I don't even know. Like I don't even know like what to make of it. Like I just think this is like, it's just unacceptable, man.
It's like people are just people are getting people are so excited. They're so happy about like, oh, I can go back to the arenas and watch it, and then they just kind of like feel like, oh, everything is okay now. I can do whatever I want. But yeah, it's totally unacceptable. It's crazy. Like, it's at the end of the day, like some players say, like, yeah, it's just a basketball game. Like, you don't have to, go to that measure to like kind of express your, like you can boo the players. You can like, you can like say like kind of like, distract them and stuff. But like, yeah, going to that distance, like, spitting and like, like swearing at them and all that stuff. Yeah, it's too crazy. Like, I know, like Westbrook for like that Westbrook incident. Yeah, even though I mean, like, okay, let's be real. Not a lot of fans, like Westbrook. You don't have to like him, but at the same time, yeah, just throwing popcorns at him and just like what the all the ESPN, all their coverage is saying. Yeah, that's an assault. Like, it doesn't matter.
It is an assault.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's popcorn. It doesn't matter, right? Even though it's not a lethal weapon, it's still like you don't do that on the street, right? So why are you doing that in the stadium? So props to the teams and the arena management for banning those fans, but yeah, I agree. Like, there should be a charge, right? There should be charges to them. Misdemeanor or whatever, like something just to like kind of, that is a punishment, definitely, right? They wouldn't want someone throw popcorn at them, right?
Yeah, like I don't think like just banning them from like that one arena is enough of a punishment. I feel like they should just be banned from all NBA games. Like, this is not acceptable behavior, and like you don't get a second chance at this. Like, there's no like you can't just move to another town and get to watch NBA games again.
Yeah,
get to go into arenas. Like, this is just crazy. Like, this is like there's one thing disrespecting a player, like calling them names, and
Yeah,
you can even trash talk. Like you can trash talk them however much you want. Like that's
yeah,
fine. Like, but like this is just like overboard. Like
mm,
way overboard, right?
yeah,
Like not to say that like it's not to say that the players should retaliate in any way, because the last
mhm,
time someone retaliated, you
yeah.
remember what happened,
The
right? Like,
palace,
yo, the
the
palace,
main
malice
palace.
in the palace, bro.
Yeah,
But at the same time, when I first watched that video of the
yeah,
fans pouring popcorn on Westbrook, and he was
yeah,
injured because he rolled his ankle, he was
yeah,
frustrated, right? Like trying
mm,
to leave.
yeah.
Like I wanted to see, like a part of me wanted to see the security guards just let him go and let Westbrook get into the stands and
They
just
can.
take the fans out, right? Just like
Yeah,
take that guy
it's a
out. You know what I
loss,
mean?
dude.
Yeah,
Too much
for
backlash
sure,
for it.
for sure.
Even though there's like evidence, you can clearly see who initiated it. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
bad for the image right now. NBA is right now the society is just too sensitive about like too you need to be very cautious about what you do. So for the
yeah,
NBA, yeah, they just you have to stop the player from doing anything
yeah,
crazy. Which
yeah.
like I mean, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No,
Yeah.
no, no. Like I mean, like at the end of the day, no matter what,
Yeah.
like kind of like action Westbrook takes,
Yeah.
like he's still gonna be the one who gets judged for it, right?
Yeah,
Like
and
no one's gonna.
it's funny how he's it's like it's not the first time that he gets that, right? I think a couple years ago,
Oh, in
right?
Philly when
Couple
the
year,
fan flipped
like
him
you
off,
see, yeah,
remember
you see it
that?
a lot, right? You see it on YouTube, like when you go through like all the YouTube videos on like just
Yeah.
funny videos on NBA or like any end up player and fans interaction, right? That's he's definitely not the first time for Westbrook, and then
Yeah, it's too many times that happened to Westbrook. I feel like in recent memory, like it's LeBron that gets the
yeah.
most, and then it's probably Westbrook.
Yeah, but people
That's
no, but
next.
LeBron is different. People are not trying to do anything like crazy. Like they trash talk him, right? And
They'll say
LeBron,
some really
oh
bad
no, yeah, no,
stuff.
but I mean like LeBron is like they
Yeah,
trash talk him, but like
yeah,
nobody's throwing popcorn at LeBron. I mean like
yeah,
yeah, like
yeah,
there is still like certain part of like I guess respect, which I would say like respect, just be like, hey,
yeah,
like he's a superstar. Like nobody
yeah,
can deny that, right? But
yeah.
yes, you can trash talk him. So like he will do that. He will engage on that. But like you're
Hmm.
not gonna try to like attack. You're not trying to throw stuff at him or whatever.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, but no, I watched I read one of the tweets today on the in the New York Knicks one. Yeah, they said they banned the guy indefinitely, and also they I think they gave the evidence to the authority. So I think that guy is probably gonna get arrested.
They posted actual photos of him with his face on. It's all
Yeah.
over the
So
internet now.
I
That
mean,
guy's
good
done.
job. And he also did it right behind apparently 50 Cent, right?
Yeah, he
So
did it right behind 50 Cent.
so it's kind of like okay, you're so dumb. I mean, like you
Yeah.
thought nothing's gonna happen, but yeah, you probably gonna get it. And then the which what was the other one? The Westbrook one. Yeah, I think they probably caught that guy too, because I think the other people that were around
Yeah.
in that
Everybody
area
in the
they
video,
pointed him
everybody
out.
pointed
So
at him. Yeah.
yeah, I mean like yeah, it sucks, right? Because is majority of the fans are generally really like good behavior. It's
Hmm.
always the minority. There's always that one or
Yeah.
two that ruins it, right? And it sucks, right?
Yeah.
Because players, some players they will say it, tell it how it is, right? And
Yeah.
their perception for fans are generally positive, but at the same
Yeah.
time, those one or two are kind of rooting for everybody else.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of players would love to engage with the fans, but at the
Hmm.
same time, with you never know which kind of fans you're gonna get.
Yeah.
So those one or two are ruining it for all the good ones, because
Yeah.
fans want to like dap them, so they want to like give them high five and stuff. But because now, like also with COVID, you don't want to do that now, and
Yeah.
you have these fans who are like more abusive or more aggressive. Then like yeah, like the players are gonna avoid that for sure. So
Yeah.
those fans really need to like think through their action before they try to do anything crazy or stupid, right?
I'm just very intrigued into like thinking like just to think about like how this would have been different in if it was like 20 years ago or 30 years ago. You know what I mean? Like had this type of situation happen? Because I feel like back in the day, like fans probably talk even crazier stuff.
Oh, of course. Yeah, but I guess, but at the same time, I feel like 20 years ago, probably people are more mature. Like,
You think so?
I think like the adults are more, they'll do stuff. They will like actually like be a man about it. Like they just talk.
Mm-hmm.
They would just like trash talk and stuff, and like
Mm-hmm.
fans would just do that, and players would engage with that.
Yeah.
Nobody's trying to like, and I think like at the same time right now is social media, right? So a
Yeah.
lot of people are doing it for clicks, right? Like,
Yeah.
and I know a couple of the confrontation that we saw before, like a couple of years back, right? Is like you have fans that are like taking pictures, like they're filming, right? They're
Yeah.
recording at the whole interaction as well, right? So when it's a good interaction, then they get the clicks, they get the likes. But when it's a bad confrontation, then they also get the clicks, right? And then they also get to like kind of like they're baiting the players to get mad, right? So
Yeah.
they can like kind of have that in recorded, and then they can
Yeah.
like show it on social media as well.
Yeah.
So for the players, it's kind of like, ooh, like I want to engage, but at the same time, it's probably not the right thing to do. And then for the fans that are initiating it, either way, he's like those media, right? It's like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
bad publicity is good publicity for them, right? And then
Yeah.
they can like brag to their fans and stuff, to their friends and family. So like, why not, right? For them,
Yeah.
and they know the players can't do anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I feel like back, like I agree, like probably 20 years ago is probably just more like a lot of trash talking, and the trash talking is more much worse. But at the same
Mm-hmm.
time, everybody's like adult. They're like, oh, I'm not gonna, no fighting, no like throwing stuff at you. But like nowadays, it's more like, oh, I just want the clicks, I just want the likes. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I feel like not to turn this into like a trashing on like our generation, but I feel like social media has definitely like gotten a lot of people to feel like they can say and do whatever they want and then they
yeah,
have no consequences because like think about like Twitter, like how often do fans really just like tweet crazy stuff adding to players, right?
yeah,
And like people send death threats, remember, like to like
yeah,
who was it, like they sent death threats to, like I remember back then 2012 they did it to Steve Blake, and then
yeah,
they did it to Danny Green this
yeah,
like last in the finals when he missed that shot in game 5. Remember he missed
yeah,
that game tying shot.
yeah.
They sent him death threats
Yeah,
like
and even like, and then like not just NBA, right? Like soccer, you always hear it.
yeah.
Especially soccer, actually, like you hear
Soccer's
it. Oh,
craziest.
you
Soccer's
miss a
definitely
penalty shot. You miss a penalty shot, and you get like the players get like oh, like you missed it. Like I'm gonna like why sell you or trade you, and then like yeah, death threats, right? And then even just
yeah.
recently, I think one of the soccer player, I think he missed a. I think he missed. He made a mistake or something. Oh
Yeah.
no! It was actually hockey. The Oilers. I don't know if you heard
Mm-hmm.
about it. Yeah, he made a mistake in the overtime, and then it
Mm-hmm.
cost him the whole series. And yeah, he's getting like death threats, getting like being raped. Um, a lot of bad things, pretty much. A lot of bad talk, trash talk on Twitter. It's just crazy. Yeah,
Yeah,
people just
like
feel
that.
like a lot of people are just hiding behind, right, the keyboard, and be like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, like we can say whatever, right?
Yeah, no,
And
it's,
and that's
it's
why
crazy.
and that's why when KD gets like he and that's why people always try to like say like KD, oh he's engaged in the Twitter in Twitter, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, like I feel like KD, like I'm not saying he's doing a good job. He should engage, but at the same time, it's kind of like a lot of people feel like players not gonna engage with them. But when a player actually do, then they're like, oh, I can't go too crazy because they actually gonna push back,
Yeah.
like like it's funny. It's like a two-sided sword, right? It's like you need, when you're giving it, you better prepare to receive it as well, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely it's not a bad thing. I think sometimes when a player engage back on Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
it's I don't know. I mean, they're not taking it too seriously, but at the same time, it's like it's part of the, not a bad idea to like sometimes engage. So sometimes, so fans will know that, oh, maybe I shouldn't go too far because
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get that get that.
They're gonna get that clap back.
Yes, definitely,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Like that's actually funny you mentioned KD because I was listening to KD's podcast, the
yeah,
Cetra podcast.
yeah,
He was actually he was talking about it. He's talking about how like people just expect him to not say anything, right? Tag him on Twitter and saying all these things, right? And then at the end of the day, those guys, they don't know basketball, right? Like a lot of these people on Twitter, they don't know basketball, right? They tweet him saying all these things, like, oh, you should have done this, you should have done that, right? And then like from KD's perspective, what he was saying is that he's not mad, like he's maybe like he's a little bit triggered, right? Like obviously, like it's very normal for any human to just be triggered when someone says something to you, right? It's very normal. Sometimes he's triggered, but people portray him. He's like, people make it sound like I am breaking my phone, I'm punching the wall when I see these tweets. He's like, I'm not. He's like, I laugh at it, right? Sometimes maybe I get a little bit triggered. Obviously, I respond because I want to, I want to like he wants to educate the fans because he feels like he knows basketball more than you do. Like he's literally probably one of the top, like, you know, like 30 people in the world.
Top three player in the world.
Top 3 player in the league. And also like top probably like not a lot of people know basketball better than KD. You know what I mean? So he's just like, I'm just trying to educate people about basketball, like showing you what you don't know, right?
Yeah, totally.
And he does say that like he loves it because a lot of times some fans actually surprise him with takes and points that he never saw himself, and that's why he likes to engage in Twitter, because a lot of times he would follow people who criticize him but actually makes good points about it. And I feel like these type of interactions are very healthy actually, right?
And banter is fun, right? Sometimes like as long as you're not doing anything personal attack,
it's fun.
Like banter is fun, right? And that's part of the reason why we started the podcast too, is right? Like you want to talk about, like, we want to talk about NBA. Like, we're not, you know, experts. We're not, like, definitely not. But, like, you know, just having, like, conversation and engagement on, like, NBA stuff is fun, right?
Yeah,
and
it
speaking
is.
about, and speaking about that, like, even, like, Steph, right? You know how Steph Curry's like, oh, like, he look at social media.
He looks at social media.
Like, it kind of, like, it also is beneficial for the fans, right? Because for a superstar to look at Twitter in halftime, or even whenever, like, he look at people, what people talk about him, his performance, like, oh, Steph is having a bad game. He's like, okay, this is my feel to wake up in the third quarter, and then look what he does most of the time. He actually just, you know, go crazy on the third quarter, right? And I think that's something that, like, you know, you want the players to, you know, you want the players to read it, because it's like, hey, you never know, right? Maybe all the players will adapt to that. It'll be like, oh, okay, like, you know, this is my feel. Oh, if I'm having a bad game, I'm gonna look at the social media and see what they're talking about me, about my game. So, and then let's see, like, what adjustment. Hey, you never know, because like you might come across a tweet that maybe say, oh, maybe like he should have like done something different against the defensive rotation, or maybe like he should have attacked more. Maybe he should, like, you know, switch with certain players so that he can get a better look on the offensive side, right? You never know. I mean, and then you know, if it's not helpful, then it's you know, it's still you know, they can just try it for fun, right? At the end of the day, there's still like professional basketball player. They, you know, they will figure it out eventually. So it's fun. I think as long as something like, you know, productive, it's like what we say, like productive criticism, right? Why not? But not like, you know, like personal attack on, like, oh, like, you should, like, you know, you shouldn't do that, like, you should stop playing basketball and retire, kind of thing. Like, it's like so dumb. It's like dumb criticism, then I'm gonna ignore it. But if it's something constructive, like, why not, right?
I definitely agree with that. Wait. Okay. All right. Since we're recording live Friday night at like 11 p.m., this is right after the last NBA game, Clippers Mavericks. You want to do a little quick recap on the 3 games tonight? I think all of them are game 3s.
Yeah, sure, we could.
Starting with the first one, like Atlanta Hawks just beat the New York Knicks in the A. See you in the A.
I mean, like, okay, like, I wasn't able to watch the game, but I did catch some highlights before we started the podcast right now. I mean, D Rose started today. He took over Alfred Payton's starting spot, and then he scored 30. So, great game for D Rose. You know, I feel like he needs to carry more than he should have, because Randall's having a rough series. I mean, last game he was a little bit better. But like, it doesn't look good right now for Randall. Like, Last game he kind of got a little bit better in the second half, make some clutch baskets. But yeah, today is kind of like back to game one Randall, like
Yeah,
2 for 15. Stat lines like 14 and 11. So like it looks
it's way
okay.
down,
It
way
looks
down,
okay
way
on
down
the
from
in
his
the on
average.
paper, but like definitely he's struggling. He's struggling
Yeah,
offensively. He can't take advantage of the Hawks Capella or Gallinari or Jason Collins. It's just like kind of weird. It's kind of confusing for me, like how he's not able to take advantage of that because he's having like he did really well in the regular season against the Hawks, right? I remember
mm-hmm,
we went over the stats, right? He was like
mm-hmm.
averaging 30, like 35
37,
plus, yeah,
37.
37 points, and yeah, for him this series is just a struggle. Let's see. I
I
think
think no, I think they really found a way to contain him because I watched the first half of the game before
yeah,
I had to turn it off.
yeah,
Like they were like he was struggling. Like it was mainly all Derrick Rose.
yeah,
It was Nerlens Noel. Like
yeah.
Noel had such a good game today,
Yeah,
both offensive.
he got to the foul line. So yeah, he made
Yeah,
10
yeah,
of 12. So
yeah. Um,
Sorry, RJ Barrett is also struggling as well. It's not
he's
really
struggling.
hit shooting.
He's been struggling this season in general. Remember what like Anthony Edwards said? Like, oh, if we haven't taken the last shot, we're okay
Yeah,
with it, right? Remember he said
yeah,
that? Like
yeah.
when I'm just looking at RJ Barrett right now, whenever he shoots, I have no confidence, like zero confidence that he's gonna hit the shot.
Yeah, I think he's hitting that like first time in the playoff kind of that wall. It's like oh
Mm-hmm,
he's really excited to be in the playoff, but at
mm-hmm,
the same time he's just like I feel like he's like rushing a lot of things. Like he's just
mm-hmm.
super energetic.
Yeah,
He's super amped up, but like he's
yeah.
not taking his time like to think through what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like he's rushing his shots. Like I feel like his decision making is all
Subpar.
right. Like I don't think he
No,
was
it's
like he's making a
subpar.
lot of mistakes, but like yeah, he's definitely not hitting shots, so it's not
Yeah.
helping the offense.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
it's at this point right now. Like I'm on the Randall Island. I guess now it's not an island anymore, right?
yeah,
We're on a train right now, right? We're on a
yeah,
bandwagon right now, right? But
yeah. And
like all these years, I've been on that Randall Island,
yeah,
and it's just so hard to defend him right now because he's had such a good season,
yeah,
right? And he's shown that he is the most improved player. Like he deserves it, like without a doubt. But right now, like these performances, when I'm watching, and then I have
yeah,
friends tell me like, "Oh, look at how bad Randall's playing." I'm just
yeah.
like
I
I
mean,
have
hopefully,
no way to even just say anything. Like, only thing I can say is, "Hey, at least he's getting rebounds."
yeah, hopefully he
Right?
bounced back. I mean, they need him.
Yeah.
They need him to like to be in this series. And then just quickly going through Hawks, they had a really good game offensively. The whole team is like what sorry 1 2 3 4 5 6 it's like 7 players in double digit, so like all around contribution. So yeah, they deserve to win this game, definitely.
It really circles back to my point earlier before the playoffs, like before the series even started. Remember, I was telling you about how New York, like if New York wins, they have to guard all the other players.
Yeah,
They can't let any other player score, and they only
yeah,
let Trey Young score, right?
yeah,
Cut Trey Young off with the rest of the
yeah,
team. But right
yeah,
now, tonight, Trey Young has what 21 points.
yeah,
Like that means everyone else is scoring, right? If they
yeah,
scored 110 points right now,
yeah,
like they got to do better defensively. Like
yeah,
this is not the New York Knicks that we've seen all regular season.
yeah. But so sorry, so any prediction for game 4?
I think they will bounce back. I think New York is tough enough that they're gonna grind
I
game four
agree
out.
with
Like
you too. I agree
yeah,
with you too. Yeah, I feel like they'll probably get this one. They will
yeah,
probably get game 4, so it's going back to New York,
mm-hmm,
2-2, which is making it more entertaining. To
yeah,
be honest, as a
yeah,
neutral, like I mean, I enjoy walking. I enjoy watching the fans suffer, the
mm-hmm,
New York Knicks fans suffer.
mm-hmm,
But at the same time, yeah, I feel like this series is it helps to make this series more entertaining
mm-hmm,
if they win next game and going back to New York 2-2.
mm-hmm. That's
Yeah,
definitely yeah.
yeah. All right, let's
And
go to the next game.
let's let I'll let you go off, man. Jayson Tatum. Oh, Jayson Tatum, 50 points. What do you want to
Hey,
say about that?
well, I just want to say mission accomplished for Celtics. They got their game. They got their one game. They could go home. They can actually go home now. Like they will
Hmm.
be like people will be happy that they got the one game. Um, I mean Kyrie had a bad game,
Yeah,
but KD did his thing. James
Harden
Harden
did
went
his thing.
off.
Yeah,
Yeah, like and they only lost by what 6?
yeah,
And this is like coming from Tatum scoring 50,
yeah.
and Tristan Thompson contributed like 20, what 19 and 11 or something.
I don't
Um,
think he's gonna get another one of those
19 and
games.
13. I
Yeah,
think he made. I think did he get like he got 4? Oh, he got 9 offensive rebounds. So that's close to a record,
that's
NBA record, right?
what's it
And
called?
then Smart scored.
Vintage, vintage
Yeah,
Tristan Thompson.
yeah, 2016 Tristan Thompson, right?
2016 Tristan
And then
Thompson.
Smart scored 23. Um, yeah, and Fournier woke up as well from his from his hibernation.
Do you think there's any possibility that Celtics will get another one?
Well, I mean, Kemba Walker had a terrible game. So if you get Fournier, give him like back to back, like give you 17 points. Like Smart can like have another good game, and then Kemba contribute. Yeah, maybe there's a
And
fight,
they
but like I
and they
said,
go
right?
30 and 30. Like
Yeah, like I said,
Kemba and Tatum, 30 and 30.
like I said, is yeah, this series is they did what they need to do. They got a game. If because like I don't think even if Jaylen Brown was healthy, I don't think anybody's picking Celtics, right?
No.
They give them like yeah, I mean like but probably like you give them Nets in 6, right? If Jaylen Brown was here, and then if it's a miracle, then maybe in 7. But like no Jaylen Brown, and Kemba's having a terrible series. Um, and Kyrie had a bad game. So like, yeah, you give them this game, and then next game's business as usual for Nets, and then
Mhm.
yeah, they're probably gonna take game 4, and then they probably wrap it up in at Brooklyn.
Should we be looking forward to Jayson Tatum's future?
Um,
Like, how
I don't
high do
know.
you think his ceiling
Okay,
is right now?
okay.
Looking at these performances, this string of performances since like mid regular season until now, he's put
Uh,
up pretty big games and pretty big numbers. Where do you think his ceiling is?
well, I mean, like I don't know how much more he can get better. Um, he can be more consistent, but like skill wise, I feel like he's already elite, right? Like I think problem for Tatum is consistency, right? He just need to be consistent. And like I do agree somewhat that I don't know if this Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum duo is working in the long term. I feel like I don't think they kind of what's that word to describe it? Like they don't gel. Like you can't like it doesn't work. Like they can't be having a good game together. Like
They
they
have
can't have
like
good games together.
their
Like
skill
it
set
has to
is too
be.
similar.
Yeah, I feel like if Jaylen Brown went off, then Tatum have to like either have a bad game, or he have to like you know
Take a step back.
defer to him.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's not like a natural fit. So yeah, I mean like there's a potential, but I feel like Danny Ainge probably will figure something out to maybe give them one more chance with like another acquisition to
Mhm,
see if they can go for a title,
mhm.
and then they probably have to figure something out. But yeah, like I seen it. Like I've been this throughout this past couple of season, right? You never see both of them went off, right? It has to be only one of them. So that's a problem. And then Kamba, like he's getting older, and he's been injured, so hasn't been able to stay healthy in the season. So he might be a chip if they can get if there's a potential deal that they can get. Yeah, I feel like they will Kemba will probably be involved, and if they depends on what kind of players they're getting. If they need to get a superstar, then yeah, they probably have to include Jaylen Brown in there. because I don't think they have any of those like draft picks anymore, right?
No, I
Unless
think
they
they've
still
already gave
stockpiles
away
them
their
from way
entire.
back, right?
No, I think they have their entire future like basically like dealt.
Yeah,
They dealt basically a lot of stuff away for Kyrie.
yeah.
They dealt a lot of stuff away. I think
For
uh,
Fournier, like probably like
for
those
Fournier.
off season. I mean those All Star Weekend additions. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. There it's interesting because yeah, I agree somewhat that Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum probably cannot coexist together at Boston.
All right, so you had a pretty good prediction. You predicted correctly that the Clippers, that you had faith in Kawhi and Paul George that they will
Yeah,
bring it back. They're not going to be so embarrassing that they're going to go down 3-0
yeah.
to just a Luka Doncic
They give us
show.
one game. I said
Give us one
I'm not
game.
asking for a lot, man. I'm just asking for one. I'm like, Kawhi, give me one, man. Give me one, and I think we're happy. So they give us one. So I'm like, but looking at the game, I'm like, I mean, the only improvement for them today is they stop everybody else. Like they limited the everybody else damages.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because Doncic still hit 44, and I mean he went on a hot streak in the first
Yo,
half.
Doncic was 44, 9, and 9.
Yeah, and he was going so I mean, he was going crazy in the first
Bro,
quarter. I think he was like,
tell me he's not Michael Jordan.
he's not. Stop, stop. You guys, you're giving you're totally ignoring the fact that the Clippers defense is just so bad.
Stop. What are we talking about here, bro? I don't care. Like
No,
44,
like, come
99.
on, like,
Yo,
can they do a better job? They're like,
can
why are you putting a Subac in defending him? It's a mismatch.
hold on.
It's a
Can
mismatch.
Michael Jordan Can third year Michael Jordan do 44, 9, and 9
Of
against
course.
against
Yo.
Kawhi and
Hey,
Paul George?
sorry.
No.
Hey, Mister. Yo, the third year Michael Jordan was going inside to dunk, man. There's no three pointers
That's different. That's
back in
different.
'87.
That's
There's no
different.
such thing as a three pointer when Michael Jordan was playing in the third year.
What are you talking about? There's no 3 pointers. What are we
Who shoots
talking
three?
about?
Okay. Back then, if you can hit, if your whole team attempt 10 pointer, that is called the new era of basketball.
Yo,
And then Luka Doncic
that's
himself is
sorry.
hitting
That's
ten
sorry.
Luka Doncic himself is making is attempting 10 pointers a game. So so stop
Yo,
comparing
but
him.
did you see that? Did you see that first quarter sequence when he scored like 8 straight points?
Yeah,
The
no,
first 8 points
no,
against Subac.
but look at who's marking him, man. It's like Subac. It's like
Yeah,
marking
but
him. Like what? No, like
what is the Clippers
no. What I'm trying to
thinking?
say, is why is Zubac even marking him?
Yeah,
Like,
like why is he playing? Why
yeah,
is he
like
playing?
what is Tai Lu thinking?
Why is Ibaka not playing?
No, he's injured.
Oh, he's injured. Why is DeMarcus Cousins not playing?
It's too slow.
Why is Luke Kennard not playing?
Huh?
Why is Luke Kennard not playing?
Um, I don't
He's
know.
worth they're paying him $64
But
million.
he's just a bad. It's a
DNP coach
bad matchup.
decision?
I don't know,
DNP
but
coach decision? Are you kidding?
it's a bad
Wait, is
matchup.
Patrick Patterson also injured?
I don't think he is. I think he's
Why
just
is he not playing? Patrick Patterson?
DNP,
DNP again?
man.
Yo, the
Yeah,
Clippers are paying so many people to DNP. Are you
yeah, to
kidding?
not
What is
play.
going on? Yeah,
I mean, no, but
yeah.
they're running with the best rotation they could, right? They
Hey,
gotta
you know
play.
what? Like, because they're DNPing everybody, I think in 2 games' time, the whole team's gonna be DNP.
Consider 1, 2, 3 Cancun.
1, 2, 3, Cancun DNP.
No, but on a
Don't
serious
play.
note, yeah. On a serious note, yeah. Today they did a good job on limiting everybody else. They let
Mhm.
Doncic score 44.
Do you think they'll
But
turn it
yeah,
around?
huh?
Do you think they'll turn it around?
We'll see. I mean, if they can keep everybody else, in check. Yeah, they could. I mean, but at the same time, Kawhi and Paul George need to keep up their scoring, right? Because Kawhi had 36. I think at one point he was like 8 for 8. He wasn't missing for the first half.
No.
At least I saw. I saw. I was looking. I was watching. At one point he wasn't. He was perfect on his field goals.
Yeah.
Yeah. So props to them. They did a great job today defending everybody else.
They finally freed my man Rondo.
Yeah, Kawhi is 13.
They let him play 26 minutes.
Kawhi is 13 for 17.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
And George was 11 for 18. So
Yeah,
they were very efficient. Yeah. Marcus Morris chipped in. Reggie Jackson chipped in. Yeah, so your two best player contributed. Play 42 minutes almost. But yeah, they need to figure it out, right? They need to. Okay, they have to. There's only two ways for them to make it to come back, right? Either you stop everybody else, and then your two best player score like 30, average 30. Yeah, or the second way is you get bounce.
Yeah,
like that's the easiest way to put it. So we'll see what happens with Clippers, but yeah, Mavericks. I mean they shouldn't feel too bad about this game. Only lost by 10, and like we talked about, they didn't score as much, but they shouldn't feel anything about they should be like, oh, missed opportunity, but they're still up 2-1, and every game is different, right?
I think
Porzingis had 9 points.
Yeah.
Hardaway only scored 12. He was 4 for 14. But yeah, you have Doncic. He ride his hot streak, then they should be fine, right?
Should be fine.
Just like game 1, right, or game 2.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about the Mavs. I feel like they'll like Rick Carlisle will sort it out, and then they will be able to if they seal game 3. I think. Oh, sorry, if they seal game 4 up 3-1.
Yeah.
I think it's a wrap.
They have no pressure.
No pressure.
Because they're still the underdog, right? Like nobody is expecting them to beat the Clippers. So for them to be up 2-1 after 3 games, yeah, they're like, oh yes, awesome, great, right? So why not, right? If they just keep playing their style and then shore up the defense, stick with the game plan, make some shots, and yeah, they're fine. They will be fine.
Yeah.
So I'm still keeping my prediction. I feel like Clippers will grind it out, but yeah, they really need to work. They really need to give their 120% instead of the 100%.
5. Mavericks in 5.
Mavericks in 5,
bro. All right. I think that's about it.
All right.
Yeah, I think we'll just close the podcast off. End it here. Yeah, okay. It was pretty eventful night.
Yeah.
Good. Always good talking with you.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Yeah. Peace.